Hey there, this is Frankie for the Pixel Slayers, and today I have the Gbros adapter from 8Bitdo. This basically lets you use your GameCube controllers or your Wii controllers for your Switch or Windows PC. And it's pretty basic when it comes to packaging, but it's what's inside that matters. So let's go ahead and get this open. I started it already to get it to peel without taking all day. This packaging is a little banged up. Hopefully yours comes in better shape if you order one of these. It goes for $19.99, I believe, retail, but you can get it cheaper on Amazon a lot of times. So yeah, inside the package, first thing I dropped was the instructions, and it looks like it's a micro USB cable, which kind of is a bummer, you know. Wish it was USB-C, but honestly, the only time you're going to use this is if you're doing firmware updates. This will not power up to the PC if you plug it in. You still need batteries. It looks like it's going to take two AA batteries, from what I read on the box already. That's how I knew. But yeah, two AA batteries, and basically, no matter what, even if this is plugged in, it's still going to need those batteries. That's just to get the firmware updates installed. The build quality seems pretty alright. I mean, there's no like flex or anything. It's definitely not much to this device. It has the sync button right here, some kind of control knob that goes back and forth here, a little home button, and some kind of, I don't even know what this is. But yeah, it definitely is made to look like a GameCube controller. When this came out about a year ago, there were some issues with the firmware, but since then it's been updated a couple times over, and there's no issues anymore from what I read, and all the issues seem to be ironed out. So yeah, no one's talking about it because I think it had such a rough launch, but I'm talking about it now because I think it's pretty nifty. So this side you have the little controller input for the Wii, and then this side you have the GameCube controller input. One thing I noticed is a Wavebird controller is not going to be able to, the receiver is not going to be able to fit. I don't know if that's just like an oversight or if they didn't want any issues with the receiver messing with the Bluetooth, but considering that's different standards, I don't think that would have happened, but for whatever reason they decided against letting you use a Wavebird for this. I have a Wii Classic controller, which if you look at it, has all the same buttons as a Switch Pro controller. Obviously doesn't have any rumble or anything like that, but has a home button that does work, start and select, which they double up as those other buttons. I believe this is actually doubles as share, so it's pretty nifty. Yeah, and you can get these pretty cheap these days. You can get these used on Amazon, $15 to $20, and it's authentic and it's pretty solid, so that's nifty. And of course, like I said before, you just plug it in on this side. I'm looking through the camera lens, so it's a little hard to see there. Alright, so you just plug that in, and it fits pretty good. It's not too tight. So that's one option. And then, of course, if you have one of these guys laying around, or even a Super Nintendo one laying around, there's some aftermarket ones. This plugs in, and you can play those NES classics with using a NES controller. So that's nifty. And to clutter the field a little bit more, of course, the real reason why anybody's going to buy this is probably to use one of these babies to play Smash Brothers. And so let's see how easy it's going to be to plug this guy in, see if there's any like really rough. Nope, it comes in and out. So sometimes with these cheaper devices, you know, you try to plug these things in, and they don't want, they don't really latch on or let off easily, but this one does. So yeah, overall, you know, it's pretty simple, pretty basic. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try it out, and I'll be back with my thoughts. Okay, so a couple things I noticed when I was trying it out. This is definitely updated to the newest firmware. There's no updates needed for it, and there's also no real issues at all. I haven't noticed any problems with it. It just works. My favorite controller to use for it, at least natively if I'm not playing Smash Brothers, is definitely this, because like I thought, these do work. Just like basically, I think the Switch just thinks it's a regular Pro controller because everything just works the same. So this is definitely really cool. If you have one of these laying around from your Wii collection, you basically have another Switch controller right here. So this is nice. And one thing I really liked was playing with this GameCube controller. I didn't have any input lag or anything on any of these controllers, and this, yeah, this worked just fine. Didn't have to worry about any buttons being off. Didn't have to map anything. This just worked. So unless you're getting like really old stock, these are going to be all up to date, mostly because they probably don't want any returns at this point. Yeah, so I'm pretty pleased. Another weird issue I noticed was it didn't like my rechargeable batteries. I had some rechargeable AA's that were fully charged, and when I plugged it in, I got a little flash, but it just didn't power it correctly. So I don't know if there's some kind of voltage issue there, but I plugged in some cheapo alkaline batteries and they work just fine. So you might have some issues if you have some rechargeable batteries, so that's just a heads up. Plug in some regular AA's, not rechargeable. If you buy one of these, you won't have any issues. So yeah, no lag. Every controller I threw at it, including this weird guy, worked just fine. Of course, you know, you have lack of buttons here. This is mostly just for the NES classics. Yeah, so for $20, I would say it's worth it if you really want that GameCube controller. You can find deals between 10 to 20. I would say try to get the deal because it is a little bit of a steep ask for 20 bucks, especially when you can get these generic Switch controllers from PowerA for about the same price. But of course, there's no substitution for a original GameCube controller in Smash. Yeah, so would I recommend this? Definitely. It's very flawless with the new firmware, and yeah, definitely something you want if you are going to play Smash Brothers and you want that old school GameCube feel. So this has been Frankie for the Pixel Slayers. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. We'll have more great stuff coming up, and so stay tuned. Bye.